YouTube, it's that one camera guy back at it again with another video. In this episode, I give you my thoughts of the 7200 G-Master shooting high school girls soccer. So I had the opportunity to shoot some soccer just now, this evening. I took out the Alpha 6300. I'm still waiting for the 6500 to come in, which hopefully I'll have a chance to test out this weekend. But I went ahead and brought out the 7200 G-Master. I also brought out the Canon 1DC, which I recently picked up, and I was testing that with my Sigma 120-300. I wanted to see how well a dedicated sports camera from Canon would work compared to this little guy here. As far as settings that I set up for it, I shot in Jpeg. I didn't shoot in RAW. I didn't feel a really big need to do it. Now, if I did shoot in RAW, I would have found myself hitting that buffer limit in certain situations, and I didn't want to run into that issue. Again, it's not an Alpha 6500. I set my focusing mode to AFC, autofocus continuous, and my drive mode to high plus, so there was a little bit of blackout. I wanted to know if the 7200 G-Master performed really well in dim lighting environments, which is our high school field that I have here at my school. Typically, as far as my settings, I'd be shooting at 500th of a second, f2.8, maybe 6400 ISO, 12800 ISO, just to get a suitable shutter speed on our particular field. So it's not really well lit, even though the stadium lights are pretty bright, but the field itself, it comes off a little dark. So I wanted to see how well it performed, and I will tell you right now that the 7200 G-Master along with the Alpha 6300 did a really good job. I would say it compared to, for example, using the 7D Mark II, or even compared to the Canon 1DC, which is really just another 1DX for photography, I found that the performance to be comparable to the system, to Canon or with Sony. And more of it's just kind of my own opinion about what I formed going out there and shooting with it. The 7200 locked on focus, I used the lockdown center AF point, and I either used center or I kind of picked a specific point, and it just tracked it. You could see it in the example. I think I had some examples when they were going across, maybe some going towards, but the camera, and I've seen this over and over again, the camera just locks focus and holds it. It just does a remarkable job of keeping focus on their subject. Now, it's not 100% sunshine and rainbows. I will tell you that I noticed at times the 7200 would just hunt. And it would just hunt. I would hold it and then it would just focus somewhere else and it wouldn't lock on focus on the subject. Hopefully I can pull up an example to show you, but I would be shooting and it'd be out of focus. And whatever I would do, it would take a while before it would kind of kick in and then the focus would start again. It didn't happen often enough that it bothered me, but it happened a few times. But it's nothing I experienced with the Canon equipment. I never experienced a situation where, oh, it locked and then it just went out of focus completely forever. The 1DX, 1DC did really well, and I've never really noticed that issue with the Canon camera. But here with the Sony, it kind of did that a few times where it just went out of focus, wouldn't lock on subject. But other than that, the camera held up well. The Alpha 6300, it focused well during the varsity game when it was really dark already outside. and I felt pretty comfortable, and I would say very comfortable with the pacing and the speed of the camera and in terms of its autofocus. So I know this lens is still not available to everybody out there, and I was fortunate enough to get it early on, but hopefully you can get your copy of the 7200 G-Master if you are having transitioned to Sony cameras. Well folks, that's all I got for you in this video. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, consider giving it a like. And if you do want to see more content about the 6300, the 6500, or any more Sony related equipment, consider subscribing. And with that said, I'll see you later. Bye.